Kiss Craft Corner, how's everyone doing? I am excited. Today is the day I am going to be working on this beautiful dragon, whatever you call it.
Fairy dragon.
Fairy dragon. I'll be working on it, but I also will be doing one other thing. I might work a little bit on this little guy right here. Do you see him? Oh my word, you can even see him much better on this camera. I'm so happy I got this camera. I have to add some teeth, so I'm going to be making some teeth. I'm also planning on making, it's either doing that or making something oddball. I haven't decided, but I definitely want to work on the fairy dragon. There's only a few little areas on the fairy dragon I will be working on. And that is the chest area of it. Just give me a minute. I have so much on my desk. I gotta clean this desk off later on. But yeah, fairy dragon. Yay. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have Jeff speak for a couple minutes for me. He'll do a couple little jokes. And maybe
you can't guarantee what I'm gonna do there.
Well, I'm hoping it's a couple little jokes.
Oh, you're hoping it's jokes.
And I have to go to nature first.
Yeah. You know, I thought you'd be completely prepared since you're up at 5.
I have to go pee.
Well, let everybody know in the entire universe. That's fine. Here we are. The fairy dragon looks great in the picture, doesn't it?
Well, I'm bringing the fairy dragon over.
Oh, she's bringing it over. Okay, sit it down.
Set it down so you can see what all I've done on him, on her.
She's someone ripped the wings out.
Well, the wings isn't even there yet.
And you're gonna have to make some. That's right.
Yeah, I do.
And of course, after it's completely finished, we have to hook it up to a couple of electrodes and then wait for a lightning storm. All going well, we should be able to part way through. That'd be a great live, wouldn't it? Bringing little clay sculptures to life. Going, it lives! My creation lives! No, I've got a call suggesting that maybe that might not be a good idea. Look at this thing, will you? Hold on. So we have profile. Flip it over and do the other profile. Oh, that's kind of tricky. Let's get back down from the camera. And now I've noticed one thing, and you may not have noticed this, but she actually put the tail on the opposite side.
I don't care. It's not to be exactly like that one.
That's why you have to bring it to life so that it can twitch the tail around.
No, I didn't. I did it because I wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it. Evening, Audie.
That's fair.
Evening. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Refkiss Craft Corner. I am redoing the whole thing. I had to go to nature first, and I'm back. And I have my coffee here. This is what we have in Australia. It's called Dare Espresso. I'll either drink that or I'll drink the coffee milk. So, this is what we got so far of my dragon. What do you think? Do you like the headpiece? That's what that looks like. And right there is the 2 little horns right in there. You can see 2 horns. And you can even look at the ear. It's a little bit above the ear. It's a little bit above the ear. And same way with this one. Just tad bit above the ear. Well, it's actually a fairy dragon. It's still a fairy dragon. It's a big... It's supposed to be about the size of a small cat.
Large cat.
No. Small cat. Like a kitty cat.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not a big cat.
so I'm using this as a almost like a little feral cat, if that makes sense.
So
what do you
bigger
think?
than a house cat, but smaller than a bobcat.
Do you think I did really well on it? I feel really pleased with how the headpiece came on and everything. It looks really good. So she is coming together. I went backwards. I'm not. This is one thing you gotta learn about me. I have a little bit of dyslexia. So instead of going forwards like this over on this side, I went backwards on that side. But you gotta tell me, is this camera really good or not? Wow, you can actually see the up close of it. There's the horns of it. And right here, you can even see the claws of it. And you can see, you can kind of see the back claws. There's some back claws right there.
Lay down for
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It is much better. So what we're going to be doing is, you see this little belly scale right there? We're going to be adding to that belly scale, going upward, probably up to about the neck, and stop. After that, we will be working on little spikes going down. So the spikes will go from here, most likely from here or in between the horns, or maybe just in the back, and going down from here all the way down the body, down to the end of the tail. Well, the name that I'm going to give it the name of what my husband named the fairy dragon in his book. So yeah, but I love how it turned out. I want to fix the eyes a little bit better. The eyes, this eye looks different compared to this eye, so I kind of want to fix it with a little bit of white and all that. So got a lot to do with this. And we have clay. Whee! I do love the feel of this clay. I did get myself one of those clay machines. I did get one of those clay machines, so it'll be good. But we are going to work. I think the first one I want to work on is basically the bottom part of her. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little body scales. Oh, they did. They did. I'm very happy with how that looks. Now what I have to do. Yes, they did. They passed the trial of fire. So we're going to work on a couple little things. First things first, I want to kind of make it look like it's okay. Now we're going to use this as my blending machine, blending machine, and we're going to blend this inward and make it look like it has a little bit of it. And then we'll be working on the other part, but I just want to blend this in just a tad. Yeah, that looks better. We're going to work a little bit on the eye to, fine tune the eyes and everything. Yeah, it's very close to the way it is on the picture, but with my own flair. I did it backwards. I did the tail end. Sorry, I'm going to aim it so you can see it. I did it the tail end backwards a little bit, but it still looks good. Right now I'm working on bringing this part in. No. Yeah. Okay. It just helps make it more realistic. Well, I won't say realistic, but close to realistic. The fairy dragon is a cute little dragon, but very mischievous. And that's why I'm doing this. I love the fact that you can see what I'm doing. You can actually see it now. Before you couldn't even see what I was doing before because it was too blurry, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. We wanted to kind of make it look almost the same. We don't want it to overrun it. Yeah, that looks much better in my book. Yeah, much better. I think that looks much better. What do you think? Yeah, it's Delphine, I think. Yeah. But that helps it look like it's coming out of the horn. The horns are coming out of the head. So that looks really good with what I just did there.
I'm going to stone shop.
Okay, Dad. Have a nice time. So we are now going to I'm going to strengthen it because we are going to work on the belly part. Belly, oh, what are they called? Belly scales. So I want to start like how this is, like that. I want to bring that up all the way up to the neck. That's my goal. That's one of my goals. And then that part will be cooked. And also we will do little, whatever you call them, all the way down to the tail. They're like little spikes, I guess. So yeah. But I love how the ears turned out. The ears turned out really good. Look at that. Do you see the ears? Here's a close-up of the ears. Didn't they turn out great? So yeah, I love how that turned out. So we are going to start making the belly scales. And we're going to go big to small. So because we have the belly scale right there, we're going to go big to small. That's my goal. Oh, Murgles. Everything stopped falling on me. Seriously, stay up there. Big to small. I just got to find my... Oh, by the way, I want to show you something else I made while you are in the mood. I made myself a stitch marker. I made this personally by myself, handmade. They're selling them on somewhere in there somewhere else, but I'm not paying no $30 and $65 for them to ship it to me. So I made my own stitch marker. What do you think? Did I do a pretty good job? It has 1 all the way till 9, 1 till 0. So that's my stitch markers. So really excited about trying it out later on. Might use this as my roller, which will work good. And Yeah, I think it's Delphine. I don't know. I'll have to ask my husband because he's the one who named that. He's the one who has the name, not me. But it is his it's his creation, his book. So yeah. I don't want it rippled. Where is my straight line? Okay, you can go there. It shouldn't be very far. Really should not be very far at all because I keep it close by me. Okay, it's not there. I had it last week. No. We'll move it out of that way. Ignore that. That doesn't need to be in visual sight. Use that as my blender. Well, I'll have to do it a different way then, I guess. I'll just use this as my cutter. What do you think? So right now, I am going to roll this down. Roll it. I'm using my Thin Lizzy, my El Rizzy glitter for a roller. Doesn't matter. As long as you use something to roll it. And we are going to make the scales. You can go there. So I'm going to go here, I think. That works as a cutter, sort of. About here. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the wings. That one is going to drive me nuts, to be honest. Okay, belly scale. This is the belly scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to push it out like this a little bit, and this like this. And we want it to kind of be uniformed into a belly scale. And there's the belly scale start. I can't find my sketch. So I was thinking of updating my sketches too later on. But that, oh yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, beautiful strength. Okay, that works. That works really well. It does. It works really, really well. Right now, I'm just trying to mush it down so it's right in the grooves. What do you think? Do you think I kind of reached it? So what I need to do is make certain the belly scales still like that. But there's the belly scale. This is starting the belly scale right there. Can you see it? So there's the first one right there. Right underneath, there's the top one right there. So we're doing the belly scales. Woohoo! I'm really excited about this. I think it'll be cute. Well, not cute, but it'll be cool. Because it looked like it had belly scales going up. And I want to thin it out as I go up. You need to be fixed. You need to be fixed. But there. Thank you. So that's the starting of the belly scales. I'm very happy to say. And as we go up, it'll get more rounded like this. So first we are going to aim it to be more, what's the word I'm trying to say? More triangular, if that makes sense. I will later on. Yeah, I think that's going to look good for a belly scale. Oh, that's my husband's thing going off. That's looking good. We want the belly scale to come out here a little bit. I will probably work on the Displacer Beast a little bit too. I haven't made a decision on that. I do want to make the Displacer Beast a little bit. So I'll make choices as I go. Yeah. That's looking like belly scales. We want this to look really good. Good news is it's made of yeah, look at that. So I'm just getting the belly scales in and blending it into it just so it has it, but not. I want it pronounced, but I don't want it that pronounced, if it makes sense. But the belly scales are getting more pronounced. And then when it gets up to the top, it starts thinning out a little bit. But what do you think? Did I do good on the belly scales? It's going from here to up here so far. I think you can see the belly scales. Not sure. I'm trying to aim it so you can see it. Yeah. I can't turn that thing off. I should call my husband. Yeah, my mood's not going to be bad today. I think it's going to be very relaxed. Did a lot of Cricut work. I want to do more Cricut work after my lives. But we'll see how this goes first. Okay, and then belly scale go like this. Aim it like that. And let's see. Now it's getting more rounded because I want the belly scale to look rounded. Oh, yes. Not as rigid as it was, but definitely rounded. And we want it to be somewhat pointed, somewhat pointed. I'm loving the belly scales. I think they're going to turn out really good. Please ignore the noise in the background. It's my husband's alarm and I don't know how to turn it off. He usually puts it up for his when he's doing something. But he went back to bed for a little bit just to get some rest. After all, he's still healing. I think that's looking good. Just a little bit downward and pushed in just a little bit. What do you think? Is it starting to look like belly scales going up? I'm starting to define it. And this is where it needs to be thinned out on the top. Thinned out on the top, but thickened out on the bottom. So that's starting the belly scales. Woohoo! I'm doing good on the belly scales. Gotta say it. I feel really good about this belly scales. I wonder what type of designs I should put on the thing. It says there's designs now, and it's for. I wouldn't mind putting the snowman up. Yeah, and it does look almost like, but I want it different from it. You see, I want my own flair in it. Does that make sense? So we are going to use my El Rizzi because I made a ornament on my Cricut. Here's the ornament in real life, so you can see it, and it moves. So that's the ornament in real life. Now we are getting closer to the top where it gets a little bit less, what's the word I'm trying to find here? Where it gets less, not less noticeable, but less, it'll come to me. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit pinched in, but it's going to be less because it's starting to look like it's supposed to go up. And I think we'll cut this part off a little bit because it's going to get thinner and thinner once we go up. But first we have to make certain it fits. So I'm using a needle to cut it because I can't find my cutter for some odd reason. Not sure where I put it. But I do have it. Just don't know where it is right now. But we will check this out and see if this works. Want it to go in, and pull more into the middle. Pour more into the middle. Yes, there. That's the way belly scales are supposed to do. Then you want to bring it up with your thumb because you want it to look like it's part of the sculpture. You don't want it to not look like the sculpture. I mean, you want it to look like it's part of the sculpture, but not overpowering the sculpture, if that makes sense. So I'm sorry about the noise. Husband did go to bed for a little bit more sleepy time. I think I'm doing good on the belly scales. And I might cut it right here a little bit. Pull it off. Come on, pull off. Pull off. So it looks more uniform. Okay, take your time. So we're going to do the belly scale. And we're going to do it right here. I can't wait till Jeff sees this. He'll tell me yes, no, maybe, because this is for his book. And I'm actually doing this pretty much for his book. Too much clay. I gotta take off a little bit of the clay because the clay is making it look wrong, if that makes sense. But that helps it. I'm thinking I'm doing good. Are you seeing the belly scales? Are you seeing how I'm bringing this belly scale up this way? I can't go underneath the dragon. I wish I could, but I can't. So the dragon is going to be sitting like that. And it's going to be sitting on a kind of like a rock. It's going to be a flat rock, but it'll look really good. I can't put it on a tree. Well, I could, I guess. But no, it's going to be a flat rock when it's all done. So I love how that's going. It's looking good. So I'm feeling good about that. What do you guys think? Do you like what I'm making? I'm going to be updating my YouTubing, guys. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, going on 6 years now. No one noticed it, how long I've been on, but I've been on for quite a while. I will start doing unboxings again once everything's said and done. We already discussed how I'm going to be getting things put down in the house when we do get a house. So we're now getting closer to the top, which is going to make it look more rounded. Still will have a little bit of a oomph to it, but now it's getting a little bit more rounded. And as you can see, I'm starting to get it a little bit more rounded up there. Yeah. And then we're going to put this belly scale right here because we want it to be looking like it's part of the dragon. It needs to look like it's part of this dragon. And blend into it, because that's what I'm doing, is blending it. And then we want to blend this into this. But I am fixing the belly scale so it's rounded over. Rounded. But you do see the belly scales. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm talking about when I say belly scales? It goes from here all the way up. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but we have to wait until everything gets all settled. Once we still have to go to court. And once that happens and everything goes and finishes, Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to take a few pictures of this when it's done. I'm talking about the belly scales. When I do the belly scales, I'm going to make certain I show more of my progress on DeviantArt. But I am working hard on this little guy. So I wanted it to look like belly scales. I don't want it to overpower it. I want it to have belly scales going up. And as long as I can see belly scales and it looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. And lightly go down like that. And we are getting our belly scales. Remember, I'm going up to the neck. That's my goal. You're looking good, baby. You are. Yes, you are. I am loving everything about you. I still have to fix the eyes a little bit because I kind of messed up with the eyes, but that's okay. I will get the eyes done a little bit later after I'm done with the belly scales. Then, after that, we are going to make what you call the spikes. They're going to be little spikes, but they are going to be spikes, and they are going to be, what's the word I'm trying to say here? So, spikes. I am loving the belly scales. I think the belly scales are coming out really nice. I really do. I think that's looking good. Yeah, fruition. That's a good word. Fruition. Everything works out in timing. Now, I do not celebrate Christmas, just so you guys know that. I actually celebrate Hanukkah. Yes, the spine scales. They're called spine. They're called. I don't think they're called spine scales. They're called scales. Not scales, but they're called spines. Spines, or not spines. Oh, Murgles. They're spiny. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. I think we got it. I think we have it. And I think this is going to look good as it goes up. I decided I want it to be kind of like the belly scales are not rounded. On there, it looks like it's rounded. On mine, it's not going to be rounded. It's going to be a little different. I really wish I could figure out how to turn that thing off. All I'm hearing is my husband's computer going, you need to deal with this alarm. Come on, take care of the alarm now. That's what I'm listening to. There's an alarm. You need to deal with the alarm first. Oh. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Then you just aim it and you fix it, and you fix this to the yeah. Make certain it's blended in. You want it blended in. As you can tell, I am blending this upward a little bit, so it's getting better and better looking. And then you aim this downward, just a tad. Not too much downward, but you want it to look like it's part of this fairy dragons get up. The belly scales up to the neck scales. I think it's looking good, to be honest. And I'm going to have to figure out how I want to paint this little guy. How do I want to paint it? I want the iridescence in it, like golds and silvers and indigos and all that. So are you seeing what I'm doing though? Do you see me blending it into the skin, into the neck? I think that looks really dignified. And I think it'll look really good. I think Jeff will love it too. So yeah, it's like a spine scales, I guess they're called, but they are like little, they're very, very sharp spines on the top. I think I'm doing good on it. I think it's being, yeah, I think it's going good. It's looking pretty good. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Give me a thumbs up if you really like what I'm making. I mean, this is the spine, not the spine, but this is the belly scales. I call them belly scales because it comes from the belly up to the neck. And right now I'm just blending it in together so it definitely does not come apart. I think it's looking good. Can you give me like 2 minutes? I gotta go ask my husband how to turn off his alarm. Jeffy, how do I turn off your alarm?
Use the best to hit the distress thing. You should turn it off.
It's all black. Meaning it's turned off. I mean, I can click on it. I don't know. Okay, never mind. I can dismiss. I didn't have to put in your password, so that's good news.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Alarm is turned off, guys. Alarm is turned off. Okay, so hun, I want to know your idea. What?
Off.
Okay.
What idea are we talking about, dear?
Belly scales.
Mm.
Did I do good?
That's an interesting little overlappy thing.
Do you like it? She's very dignified.
Oh.
Very dignified. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I decided I'm going to make it look, what's the word called where you make the spines? I don't know how you explain it. So we're going to aim it like this.
Oh. Excuse me.
And we're going to aim this like this. We want this to have a spine, and we want to have this little thing right there, because it's now starting to go upward. So we want it to be flat like that, almost like a tooth, but it's not a tooth, it's a spine. And we want to hit it right here. And start lightly going up. Ooh, that looks really good like that. It's now starting to look really good. I love that this is coming out together really nice. Going up. And then bringing this down just into like a rounded look. Going down and rounded. You are turning out gorgeous. So I got myself some plastic things because I'm trying to make the other thing too I told you about. That looks very dignified, girl. You're looking so dignified now. You're looking like you're starting to turn into a fairy dragon, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. The part I'm going to probably have the most problem with is the wings, I think. Because the wings take a little bit more. Okay, you can go right there, and you can cut that off right in there. Cut it off. Very gently take it off. Good. And right here. Cut it off. Very gently take it off. Don't be cantankerous. Yes, that's much better. And we want to make certain this looks like a... So what do you think? Do you think this is turning out like a fairy dragon's neck? It has its scales and it's coming together slowly. Adds a little oomph. There it is. Oomph. There it is. I am starting to look really good, is what it's saying. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, the chest is coming out nicely, and the neck. The neck, too. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Getting to the very top is going to be hard because the top is going to be like right at the top of the neck. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the top of the neck, but we are going to do it as best as we can. Okay, we can there. I think it's about there. Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to add some depth to her, and it's going to give her her own little, I don't know what you call it. It's going to give her a little, what's the word, hun? I'm trying to find here.
Dignity.
Well, not just dignity, but it's going to make her look, I don't want to say defined, but it makes her look regal, maybe.
There we go. There's a word.
Very regal, because she's an old one. She's an old dragon in the fairy dragons. She's an old one. How old would you say she is, honey?
Approaching 60, dear.
She's 60 years old. Yes, regal. I have only one little spot right here to get. I have one little spot to get, and that's right at the neck, like at the very tippy top of the neck. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Oh, I can't wait to show this on DeviantArt. She's coming out. She's coming out gorgeous. She is. She's turning out really good. And I don't have to cook her too long. Probably about 15 minutes in the under 150. Yeah, 150 Celsius. What are you? Get out of there. Thank you. So about 150 Celsius oven. Over here in Australia, we have what you call Celsius. And I can't wait to show her off. I think she's going to look really dignified. Very regal. She's a 60-year-old dragon, so of course she's going to be, she's not a young dragon. She's going to be an indigo color. You know what I mean? Indigo. But yeah, she's going to be indigo color. You need to go back here a little bit and roll. Let's get this regal girl completely done. In the neck. Oh, Murgles. That's too thick. Too thick. Ouch. You want to get it as thick, but as strong as possible. Okay. About here, about this thickness. Remember, it's going at the very, very tippy top. Very, very tippy top. Very, very tippy top. So we're going to be putting her in the tippy top. Don't know if I can make it or not. We'll see. But I think she'll turn out really good. By the way, I plan on making a Tyrannosaurus Rex one of these days for Paleo Pints. Did I make it? Did I make it? Oh my word, I did it, guys. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Oh, I'm so happy. She is looking good. Such a good. That is so good. And all I have to do is just pull you up just a tad right in here and get you to the very, very tippy top. This is just the neck. This is just the neck scales. Neck scales and keep her looking very regal. I'm loving it though. I think she's gonna look really good. Make certain she's at the very tippy top. Might have to add a little bit of clay up here. A little bit of clay up here. Yeah, we lightly pull this down. Yeah, that will work. And then what we'll do is we'll put something on the side like a wormy dilly thingy. Wormy dilly. I'm making no sense, but I know what I'm saying. Just, yeah. So right now I'm going to make a wormy dilly thing, sort of, just to go from here to down here. So it looks like it's part of her neck, but she has a uniqueness to her. Does that make sense? I want her to be very unique. I don't want her looking like everybody else. Okay? And then we cut it right in half right here. Now we're going to take this right here at the neck area, going down to there. And we're going to push this in. Yeah, that looks good. And she has a special unique line going on. So we want this to go down a little bit like that in a very unique way. And then we're going to pull this down just a tad. So it looks like it's part of her scales. And going into the scales itself, holding it in place. Make certain this flattens down a little bit. You don't want it too thick up, do we? But flatten down a little bit. And then we bring this down a little bit like this. I said I was going to be doing this. I did mention it. I wanted her different than most fairy dragons. I wanted her to look like a fairy dragon, but I don't want her to look like one. I mean, I want her to look like she's part of a dragon family. But, oh, that looks good. Look at that. Do you see it? Do you see a little bit of the groove right here just brings out the scales? This just brings out the scales a little bit right here. I'll see what my husband thinks. Jeffy, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a good effect.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it works out fairly well.
I want her to look like a dragon, actually, because she is part of the dragon family. But she's a fairy dragon. Exactly. It's like a mussel. So, woo, boy, I almost dropped that.
That would have been known as bad.
Yeah, it would be noted as bad. Okay. I think that will work really well into the muscle area. Exactly. She has a muscle. After all, she is a dragon. And we want this dragon to actually have her muscles as a dragon, don't we? Yes, I'm using a AI as a effect thing, but it helps me just to get an idea of how to make a fairy dragon. I run to that as my scale or my ideas, but it's not. And I did this on the AEST, but I'm hand making it myself with my own flair, with the rib flair. Wouldn't you agree? It looks like I'm doing it with the rib flair. I'm right now making certain this fits in with the fairy dragon idea. Now what I'm going to do here is lightly use my thumb to push it in a little bit so you can see it, but it's not too thick. I don't want it too thick, but I don't want it too thin. Let's see if the muscles look pretty good. In a way, yes, and in a way, no. Why is it I always have problems on one side versus the other?
Left-handed versus right-handed.
I'll get it looking pretty symmetrical. Pretty close to it. So we'll push this into the skin of the dragon. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty good. Just looking over the dragon and making certain I did this just right. Blend it all in. Blend this all in. Push it down a little bit with my thumb. with a hint of a muscle-like idea. Let's see if that's still doesn't look right to me. I'm just working a little bit around this, just tab it, going up and then over. Looking on the other side, making certain this part looks up and over, going up to the top. Going up to the top. Nice and smooth out. Smooth out. Not ruining any of the scales. Not bad. Okay, so there you go right there. See this side right here? And see that side right there? It's pretty close, isn't it? And it is looking like a dragon. I am quite happy with that. Let's make that smoother. She looks good. I think she looks really good. Just making certain her scales look on top of each one. Because when I cook it, she's going to have that looking like that. So when we look at her, you're going to see her scales. It's going to be like, ooh, what is this? Yes, she does, doesn't she? Look at that. Woo! That took a while. Might have to fix it just a tad right on this side. Because it's too thick on this side. That's what I'm getting. And sometimes you have to thin it out. You don't want it too thick. And I think that's what's going on, is it's just a little thick on one side. Once I look at that, yeah, that looks good, but this side didn't look good to me. And you know how I am. I'm one of those type of people that just keep working on it until I feel it's right in my mind. Much better. Much better. And it's blended. And it's blended. Yeah, she has a air of wisdom to her. And actually, I think Jeff says that the dragon or she does have an air of wisdom about her. In his book.
She's quite intelligent.
Quite an intelligent creature.
Speaks 3 languages.
Dwarven? Not Dwarven. Elven?
Elven, Sylvan, and Draconic.
Sylvan and Draconic. There you go. Very regal. I am loving it. I think that looks just amazing. I got the scales on correctly. I feel good about it. Might have to do a thin layer clay, and I mean extremely thin, just to go in between the two scales, or going in between the scale in the very, very edge, like this. That looks good. Jeffy?
Okay, yeah, it's coming along very well.
You like it?
Yeah.
Awesome. We have the scales in the front done. Yay! And in 1 hour's time too. That's not bad, right? Okay, now we are going to do the little scales, or the little, what you call the little spikes in the back. And they have to have a little bit of sharpness to it. And we are going to start from here. So where we're going to go is right here. We're going to aim it right there. And we're going to take this, and we're going to take the spike, and we're going to aim it right here. And then I'm going to fix this a little bit. And it's going to have a little bit, yeah, spines. Yes, I did it, guys. I actually did it. I feel so accomplished. So we're going to aim it over that. And we're going to aim it over here. And then we're going to aim it into the middle. And we're going to push it down to hold it in place. Then we're going to aim this just a little bit down like this. We're going to have a little opening right here, just saying it's part. You want this to look like it's part of the dress and not be taken off. That's looking good. And spines, or the spikes, are going down. Oh, you are a pain in the bum. Where are you when I need you? Where are you when I need you? Well, I could flatten it in this section right here. Flatten it. And then do the spines down. Yeah, I think that will work. See, that looks good. Okay, let's go in behind this little guy. And we're going to work a little bit on this section here. No, you are going to hold it in place. That's good. We're working on the spines, but I want to finish this this part of the dragon, because the dragon on this side keeps wanting to lose its little horn. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to strengthen it. Around the horn area. Strengthen it in the horn area. Got the horn to stay, but we still need to make certain it stays strengthened. We'll have to fix the eyes a little bit on one side because the eye looks a little off, if that makes sense. So we'll have to do what you call, I wouldn't say surgery, but fine tune it. Does that make sense? What I mean? Fine tune the dragon. Use a little bit of the clay and you fine tune it a little bit. That's what I'm doing right now, is fine tuning the area called the horn. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to fine tune it right in here. Fine tune it a little bit more. Making the straws, like, not straws, but you know what I mean. Just fine tuning it so it looks like the horn grew out of the head. Might be able to go underneath. We're going to fine tune this real quick. We're fine tuning the horns on the head a little bit. So I think this might fit if I work it just right. Oop. Come on, baby. Come on. Nope, you're not liking it. The other horn just doesn't want to hold it, so I'm going to have to visualize and work things in just a little bit with my fingers. Fine tune this to be a little bit thicker in this little section right in here. And make it look like it's part of the, so it's in the, see if that looks fine-tuned now. Does that look fine-tuned? That looks much better. Looks like the horn will stay on. I'm fine-tuning just a little bit more. I'm sorry, I have to fine-tune this so it looks pretty much even, if that makes sense. So I'm going to fine-tune it before I go any further into the and this part right here. Going to a little bit of this. Look. Yeah, that's much better. And you can tell what I did there. I fine-tuned the whole thing to look really good. And this part goes into this section right in here. This goes into that little section right in there. And this part right in here has like little horns in the back of its head in the very back. So I kind of want to fine-tune that in just a tad. So we're going to fine-tune it around the horn, the back end of the horn. Yeah, that looks good. Like it's part of the head. And the other horn has like a little bump in it. And you want to fine tune that. Fine tune the horn. Wrong area. That's the one. Come on, take it. Thank you. There, that's fine-tuned. So I just fine-tuned the horns just to make certain the horn does not come off. Do you see it? Right in here. That looks good. Can you see the fine-tuning I did? It has that little bump area and everything, so it looks like it's part of the, kind of reminds you of how a deer's antlers goes on. Shows it a little bit. Same way with the, right here, I have a couple little slots for when I make the wings to put up here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the iridescence, to be honest. And I'm thinking of maybe having one little tooth coming out. One little tooth. Like a very teeny tiny tooth. Maybe. and then work the tooth into there. Just a little tiny tooth. Let's see. That's a tiny tooth. Or maybe not. No, she doesn't need a tooth. I thought maybe a tooth would look good. Okay, now we had the first spine in. The first spine right here, which is right here. And it looks pretty good there. So now we're going to go to the next spine. Yep, we're going to work on spines now, guys. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. So we are going to work on spines going down, all the way down to the tail. So we're going to go spine here, all the way down to the tail. That's my plan. So you want to have the spine and kind of have like a little bit flat, but sharp spine. And then you want to push this part in. Oh, baby.
I'm walking fine. The pain in the center of my back, I think it's healed up. But the older one?
It's not giving you jib?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to have it even. So we want to aim it just right. Ignore the tummy growl. We want to kind of fix this a little bit up in here. Let me see. That looks a little bit more realistic. And this one, a little bit up in here. Let's see. But we need to kind of roll it. Let's see now. Looks much better. Can you see it? Is it looking good? Can you see the spines? Let me know if it doesn't look good to you. I'm really trying. Of course, she will be painted like a purpley color, indigo, whatever color it is. So we're now going to do the next spine. So what we do is we want to make certain this looks like a spine. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my fingers and I'm lifting it up like this. So it has like a spine. Then I'm going to strengthen it up on the top like that. Did you see what I did? It strengthens the top up like that. Then we aim it for the middle. So you want it to aim it just right in the middle. Then you use your thumbs and you aim it outward like that. Then you keep tweaking it so it looks good as a spine, as a scale spine scale. Do you see what I did? Does that look like a spine scale? And she looks regal, and she looks like she has spine scales on her. Mine are not going to look like that picture that I have over to the side. I just use that as my guide, if that makes sense. Have you ever used like a picture for your, like, let's say you're doing crochet or something like that. Do you make like a, do you have like a picture to help you go through it if you're visual audio? I do. I do. I do that a lot in my work. That looks good. Then we go right in the middle. Aim it just right because you don't want it in the wrong place. Then you take your fingers and you spread it out with your thumbs. Then you check in here. Make sure it's nice and spread out nice. Like it's not going to come off. You want it to stay in place. That looks pretty good. A little off in my book because it's in a rounded way, so I might pull this down a little bit. Maybe that will make it look better. Yeah, a little better. Not really. That's better. And then you aim it up there. You use your needle. And then you do that right there. Yeah, that looks much better. Sort of. I think I need to aim these downward a little. Much better. It's a little better. Not 100% better, but it looks better than it did. Yeah, that's looking much better. Now we are aiming this a little bit more rounded, I think. We're going for a rounded look. And she needs to be down. Yeah, that looks more like it. Sort of. Sort of what I envisioned my dragon to have. This will be for sale once I finish it. I still have to paint her. Oh, Murgles. Why did you do that? You didn't have to break off the toenail. Oh, of course. The toenail broke off. Yeah. Toenail broke off, guys. The toenail broke off. But we can put the toenail back in its spot. The good news is I can use clay and fix it around it. Yep. Toenails back on. Okay, we have spines starting down. If you want to look, there's the idea of my spines. To get that look going all the way around, it's going to be an interesting situation. Wouldn't you agree? So let's keep going. So the spines I have to put it about here, I think, because that's where it's going to get very tricky. Because after all, it's now it's starting to get blended in and keep going down. Not bad. It's trying to do the spines here. By the way, would you like to see a cup I got? Would you like to see a cup I got for Monday? I'll be doing my Paleo Pines work. I think this turned out really good, actually. It's starting to look good. I'm right now working on the spine, so it is sort of blended in with everybody else. Be as even as you can when you're working on these things. It'll look different when it's in, the neck, and then the spine goes down like this. Make it as sharp as you can. It looks pretty good, I think. Okay. So the spine is looking good. I have to admit, the spine is looking good. At the moment, I'm having a cantankerous little nail. Now I'm going to put a little bit over here to strengthen the nail in place. Because of course the nail wanted to break off. Of course. Sometimes you have to doctor things up, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I know what I'm trying to say. Like, have it hold. Okay, I think I can do this. We want it to be pretty much doctored in. That looks good. That looks very good. Make it upward a little more. Yep, much better. So here's the spines so far. I'm not sure if I'm doing very well with the spines. I'm trying to make them look pretty much even, but I'm not sure if I've reached the peak of the spines. But we'll keep going. Right now, it's a work in progress. Whew. I had to stand up. Well, not stand up, but I had to move myself in the chair a little bit. So right now, I am making a spine. The fairy dragon is getting done. It will be done, but it just takes a little bit of time, guys. Trying to make a fairy dragon is not all easy. You look at your thing and you look for the middle area and then you pull it down like that. And you make certain you have this going down in here, touching in between the ridges. And right in here, touching down in the ridges there. Then you also pull this like that. And then you aim this right like that. And that gives you an idea of the spine. I think I have an idea how I want the spine to look. Kind of reminds you of shark's teeth. When you look at it, it kind of reminds you of shark's teeth. So you're trying to go inward and pull it out. Yeah, that's what I'm after. That's what I'm after. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we keep going down. Now, you have to keep it pretty much the same size as everyone else as you're going down. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking my clay and I'm bringing it up but I'm bringing it in. Then I fold it over a little bit just to make it look like a shark's tooth. Then, Murgles. I pull it right about in the middle, right about here. Pull it in, and build it up. Build it up, build it up, build it up. And then what you do is you go in here and you pull it in. Just so it looks like a shark's tooth. I like that. I like that. That looks good. I think I like that. And it's tiny on the top part because I was having a hard time getting an idea, but I think I have the idea now of how I want it to look. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. In my mind, it looks good. Audie, what do you think? Does it look good? Just trust the process. It takes a little bit of time, but trust the process. Okay. You want it to be as even as possible as everything else. So you push it in, make certain it goes into the area that you want. And then you take this area right in here and pull it down into that little section right there. In here, you pull it in like that. And you got the idea. It looks good. I like it. It's starting to look really good. I'll show it to you what I'm doing, and that will give you an idea. What do you think? Is it looking good? Here, close up. Is it looking good? This area right here was kind of concerning to me because it didn't look like the way it was supposed to. I kept going up in here, but if I do it just right, I can probably get it to look like a shark's tooth. Maybe. That looks a little bit better. Much better. Yeah, it's looking good now. And you want to make certain it's all even, all the way around. And you're building it up to here. And then you make it smaller and smaller and smaller as you go. That's my goal. I want it to look like a dragon. It's a baby dragon. Well, it's a fairy dragon. By the time I'm done, I'm not sure how I'm going to do the wings. I have an idea how to do the wings, but I have to go buy myself some UV resin and mix in a few different colors to really bring out the wings, if that makes sense. So right now I'm fixing this up. And what way do I want to go? I think maybe that way. Yeah, that will look good. Now you have to make certain you have it right in the middle, and then you pull it down. This is when you pull it down and you lock it in place. Okay, and then you use your needle and you pull this in, just a tad, not a whole lot, but just a tad. This one needs to be pulled in just a tad bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Kind of reminds you of shark's teeth, but it's not really a shark's tooth. So what do you think? Is it coming out? I think it's doing really well. I think it's doing really well. I have the front regalness, and now I have the back side. I think it's looking good, and it's pretty even to everybody else. So I'm kind of happy about that. Sorry, I'm checking something. Okay. So keep going, making your I want to get a little bit more because we are going down the back side. It needs to be pretty much the same size, if that makes sense. So right now I'm bringing it in like this, and then I'm going like this, pull it, bring it back. And then I aim it just in the middle. You want it right in the middle. Then you go and take your hand, and you pull it in. And then after that, you go up like this. And you fix it just so it looks right. You don't want it to look wrong. And then you aim this part right here into the middle, just so it all blends in together, which looks good. Make certain it also blends in right in here, which looks good. Make certain it's even. Pretty even in my book. Pretty even. Yeah, I like it. I think that looks really regal on her, and she's going to look really good. Okay, let's keep going. Down to the spine. Down the spine, down to the tail. That's going to be fun, trying to get it onto the tail. I kind of like how that's going. Then you aim it and you pull it down. You pull, you pull, you pull. Then you go under and in, and you pull it off. Certain it stays in place. And check it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The spacing looks good. Yep. And you want to take this and you want to kind of just bring it up a little bit and take that off. And there's the spine. Starting to come out together. We are getting to the behind area of it. So you pull this, you pull this, you do that, and you pull back. And you set it onto the spine. And then you go in. You use your thumbs and you not rip it, but you pull it into the spine. And you take this part and you go in here and you in here. You want it to be as even as possible. You want your, yeah, that's what I wanted. Something like that. Let's see how it goes. It's getting better and better each and every time I do this. It's getting there, it's getting there, it's getting there. What do you think, Audie? Am I reaching my goal here? So you want to bring this almost like that. Let's check it now. One looks a little bit smaller than the other, but we can bring it up a little bit to make it look more realistic. And this one's a little bit too fat. And see if that works. Pull it in. Now cut this. Let's see if that helps. Maybe cut this down just a tad. Sorry, I'm checking the size of it. I don't want it to be too big, if that makes sense. Remember, this is the back end of it, so it should be starting to get smaller as we go. Okay, I think we finally got it. Took me a bit there, but I think we finally got it. Sort of. I'll just let it dry. I'll just glue it there when the time comes. I am slowly getting it where it's supposed to be. It just doesn't look right to me. Maybe it's in the back end that's not looking right to me. Maybe it's that. Yeah, a little bit of that. Sorry, I'm checking it out to make certain I got the spines just right. That it looks much better. Yes, that looks so much better. Now it's going to get smaller. So as we go, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller as it gets closer to the edge of the thing. But hey, I'm not doing half bad today. About right here, I think. Has to be even. Oh, Murgles. There. Then pull this back a little bit. Pull it in. Just check it. Pull this into the back a little bit. Pull this like that a little bit. Okay, we're doing good on the spine. The spine thing is going down really nicely. It gets smaller and smaller, and this is where it gets really rough. So you kind of want to bring your I think it needs to get about that big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it. I'm going to take my fingers and pinch it a little bit, and then I'm going to pull it up. And then I'm going to pull it back. Then I'm going to set it where it's supposed to go in the middle. And check it out and make certain it looks good. And you have to also fix it. What did I do here? That's better. Smaller scales as we go. Scales, spine scales get smaller and smaller. This is where it gets a little interesting to try and get the scales to look just right. Because you want it to be smaller and smaller as you get closer to the end. So here's the middle. Then you use your thumb and you lightly take this like this. And then you go here and you pull this down like that. And you check it and make sure it looks like a scale. It does. And then you go again. This is where it gets a little tricky because now it is at the now it's at the tail. Now you're working on the tail. Tail gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and oh, it gets rough. So we're going to try and get it to be so we want it to be as even as possible. Pull it in. Pull it in. we want the thing to be up a little bit. Then we want to go inward and out. And then check it, make certain it looks like it's the scale in there. Look at it that way. Just double check it over and over again to make certain it looks right. And take your dragon. I'm right now putting the scales. I already put the scales in the front. This is what the belly scales look like. Belly scales all the way up to the neck. Isn't that cool? And working on my way around. So I am right now working on this to look half good because the thing moves, so you want to move with it and you want it to look right. And I need to fix something that's driving me nuts. I did a little boo-boo a while back right in here. In this little section right in here. Did a little boo-boo. So I want to kind of fix it so it's a little bit more smooth. Not so smooth. Yeah, that's better. It's not as thick in the... Sometimes you just double check your work. See if any of it looks smooth. What in the world? You want to smooth out some of it with the clay and make certain it looks right. Because you don't want it to look bad. I mean, I don't mind if it looks a little bad, but if it looks really bad to you, you smooth out clay over it, over the little areas you messed up on, which you notice right away. And you smooth it out with new clay. And you keep doing that. Keep doing that until you are satisfied with it. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch you. I might make a crocodile next time, or I might make a Pontosaurus. Is it a Pontosaurus? And right in here, you want to fix the little mistakes that happens when you cook them. Want to kind of smooth it out so it's not in the way. That way it looks good. Now you check, make certain you didn't ruin your work from before, which I did a little bit. So I just need to fix it just a tad bit. Yeah, let's see. This one goes up a little bit, like this way. Yeah, that's better. Because we want it to be as even as possible as everybody else. Make certain you didn't ruin this part right here that you were working on. You want it nice and smooth. Looks good in my book. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? How do you like the spines? Does the spines look really good? Sorry, I'll get out of the way. Does the spines look really good? I think I did fairly well with the spines. It just looks like it's leaning to me. You don't want it to lean. That's one thing I don't want. I don't want it to lean. Now let me look. These are baby spines now. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. I think that's looking good. Okay, now we're going to keep going all the way across down here. So it's going to be tiny spines now. The spines, I want them to have like a, miracles. Okay. One thing, don't lose your clay. I do that quite a bit. Okay. And aim it like that. Okay. Now we're here. And we aim it so it's nice and flattened onto the thing. Then we go into this little section right here and we pull out a little bit. Just a little. You want it to look exactly like everybody else. And you want it to be thinned out, and aimed like that, upward. Then you want to fix this right in here. Oh, miracles. Okay, why isn't this one doing the same thing? Now let's see. Did I fix it? Yeah, now it's looking good. Now it's looking good. Okay, then we do another spine. Keep going all the way across. I might even just do little spikes at the end. Or not spikes, but you know what I mean. You're going in the middle. You want it in the middle as much as you can. And then you take your tool, pull this down, just so it's adhered. Then you make sure it's aimed right. This is going to be fun. And then you take it out. Then you check it in one way and the other. And you check. It certainly looks good. It's getting there. It really is. It is getting there. The spines is kind of hard, believe it or not. Doing the spines going down the tail is really hard. I'm kind of not frustrated, but I'm kind of not having a lot of fun. So you need to go in there. Now, because I am right-handed, I have to turn it. Then I have to go here and pull out. Make certain it comes out right. Didn't come out the way I wanted. So you go and you roll it. Then you look at it. Still a little bit too big. Cut this little edge off a little bit. So the spines are the spines or the spikes are now showing up. It's looking good. Sorry, didn't mean to do any battle to you. You're not a battle dragon. You're a small little cantankerous. She's 60 years old, so she's like she's a little mischievous, a mischievous dragon. She's little. She's about the size of a house cat. And this one, and I'm talking about like a little kitten house cat. Then you go here, aim it just right. This is where it gets really tricky. Is I'm right-handed, so to kind of get it to look right, I have to go under and pull out like that. That's going to be interesting, trying to get that little section fixed right. You want it nice and smooth. And then you want to aim it like this and then check it. Not bad. I mean, it's a little big. It's not bad. Overall, it's not bad. Might need to go in just a tad bit more. Cut it right there. And then aim it like that. Let me see. That's a little bit better. A little thick, but better. So it's a little good, little bad. That looks good. This can go down just a tad bit more. Yeah, we could aim it like that. I think this needs to have a little more. Just a little. Not a whole lot, but a little. Because I didn't like how it looked. And I'm trying to get the spine to look right, if that makes sense. So this one right here, I think that will look better right there. And then we'll do something else with it. Let's see if that helps a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit better to me. Yeah, that looks much better. That's much more pointy. Let's see. I'm getting there. Now let's see. It's getting there. Now let's see. It's getting there. This one needs to be pulled back a little. Pull back a little. Just a little. Just a little. And that part goes. Goodbye. And then this one needs to be pulled back a little. It's getting there. This is not an easy one. I'll tell you that now. Trying to do the spines is like, some of them comes out and some of them don't. So you want to kind of get the spine like this. And then you want to take it like this and aim it like that and then pull it in. And then you want to go here and you want to flatten it on one side. Flatten it. Murgles, I can't do this. I can't see it. Flatten it right like that, and it's there. Take it to the side. Flatten it right into the thing right there. Then go in and pull out. That's what you want to do. That looks good. See, little by little you get it. It takes a little bit of time, but little by little you do get it. You want it to get smaller and smaller. So it gets really rough when it gets tinier and tinier. So it might just be up without the little peak, if that makes sense. Like it kind of reminds you of like the ocean waves type of spikes. That's the type of spikes I'm working on. Ah! No! And yeah, you want it to look good. And then you aim it like that. Then you have it a little flat like that. Then get as close to the middle as you can. And then you use your tool No! What did you just do? Don't ever pull off of there. Oh, Murgles, the one just wants to pull off. Like I said, it's gets more harder to hold it in place. So go here and you pull it out like that. And then you look at it and you see if you did a good job. I did. Keep going. And then we'll just do little teeny tiny spikes going down. And then you take this and you aim it like that. And then you aim it like that. And you do a little spike. Then you use your little tool and you set it on here. Because I will be painting this. Now I got to get the indigo color. The indigo. I think I did it. 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 Let me check. Just go down a little bit. Now check. Yeah, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Like I said, it's going to get more and more teeny tiny. This is hard. Help. Teeny tiny. Oh, help. Okay, you can go over there. I mean, it's looking good. I think it's looking good. Do I think I'll make it? I don't know. I'm hoping I will. Teeny tiny. That's even getting tinier. Yep, we're getting teeny tiny. So now that we're getting closer to the very edge, I'm going to not start doing those little spikes. It's now going to be looking like little teeny tiny, like this. And then aim like that. Make certain it aims right. Then you want to aim it down. Aim this down. It's just a teeny tiny. And push it in just a tiny bit. And check it. Yep. And keep going all the way around. Now it's going to just be like little tiny spikes going down now. Without the little roundness to it. But it's getting there. It's getting there a lot. So I'm going to take this one. Roll it. And then I'm going to do this right here. Then I'm going to take it like this, teeny tiny. Oh my word, this is even tinier. Man, how am I going to fit this on here? And then just normal little teeny tiny spikes now. It's getting too tiny for my thing to go. So now it's just going like this. One roll here. Sorry. One roll here, making it tiny spike. Aim like this. And then go. Keep going. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's really getting really tough now. Even tinier. I might need my glasses for this part because it's getting teeny tiny, like really teeny tiny. Let's check. Yep, it's getting there. Now we take all these little teeny tiny spines. Audie, what do you think? Is it looking good? I think it's looking pretty good. With a little flare. Tinier and tinier and tinier, guys. Now it's just going to go without the spike, without that other part. So I'm going to roll it like this and then just flatten it. And it's going to go like that. And then if I can fit the very last one in, then good. If I can't, oh well. Getting there. I think it's looking good, to be honest. I even fixed the horn a little bit. So I'll have to cook it for a little bit, but I think we'll be fine. And then we'll make the rock. Finish that off, and we'll make the rock, and then we'll be done. Well, not 100% done, but we'll be done. Take about that much off. Put that right there. Take this. And go in here. We're getting there because it's looking really good. Now even smaller. Even smaller. Well, a little bit more than that. Take this right here. And we're almost done. We are almost done. Then you want to go like that. Put the very end of the tail. And then very last one, which will be a teeny tiny one. Like really teeny tiny. More tiny than anything else. I am enjoying this. I think this looks really good. The spines look really good. Last one, on the end of the tail. On the very end of the tail. And we are done. We did it. We did the spines. We did the spines on the back. We did this part right here. We did the spines. If you want to look, I think I did very well. Let me know your thoughts. I really went teeny tiny on the very last bits. So, yay! We did the spines. We did the neck to the belly cover up. One of the feetsies or one of the toes, one of the claws came off, but I can glue it right back on after it dries in the thing. I think I did really well. I honestly feel good about this. It feels great. Even here looks good. I might have to fix that a little bit. But other than that, it looks amazing. And then of course I will definitely paint this. Just so you know that. It will be painted. Right now I'm just fixing it on the bottom. One thing with white clay, it works so well. And it adheres very well. Just fixing the belly area just a little bit. And just smoothing the belly area. Right in here is, it'll be painted anyways. It'll be a silver with indigo and silver on it. But it turned out well. I am quite happy with it. Might fix the eye a little bit if I have enough time. So I need to do just a teeny tiny, it's called, what is it called? I can't think what it's called. Do the fine details and all that. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's better. That will make it look much better. So it's called the finishing touches, or working on the finishing touches and make it really stand out. I will take a picture of this to put into my DeviantArt so you guys can see my work. Okay. And then you lightly push it in, lightly push it in, lightly push this in. See, pretty much even now. Even. Now we can add a little bit of ridge to the upper eye. You want to have like a little bit of a ridge, not major ridge, but you want to have a little bit of one. So you need to bring it out and then aim it to the edge. Yeah. And then push it into there. And then you want to take this right here. I use anything and everything I can get just to make certain it shows up the ridge. Yeah, much better. She's supposed to look regal and mischievous. I think we are getting there. I keep wanting to fix the eye because the eye just didn't look right to me. I mean, it looks good, but it didn't look right, if that makes sense. I wanted to bring out the the ridge of it. Oh, Murgles. Did you really have to come off? Where did you go? Okay. One of the spikes came off. So I have to put it back on. Put it back on where it belongs. I thought I had it. I thought I had it adhered really well. Yeah, that works. You're to stay on. You're not to go off. So don't do that again. Sorry, I'm talking to my spikes or spines. The spikes. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Let's check it again. That's not too bad. Yeah. So like I'm right now fine-tuning it at the moment. Just fixing it up and making certain it stays where it belongs. Fine-tuning it. It does look really good and regal now. She looks really good. And she looks regal. And we'll pull this back just a tad. We got her. She's good. I'm checking her eyes at the moment just to make certain it looks good. Has a little bit of an eyebrow. Just a tad bit of an eyebrow. And it's aiming that way. And then I just want to make certain it stays in place. Don't want that piece to come off. Yeah, she looks regal. Like very regal. Okay, last side. We're going to just check the eyebrow here. You need to fix the eyebrow there. And then we're done. And then I have to buy some UV resin. And I will be working on the gorgeous wings. That is my next goal for this little girl. And then she'll be painted. Not sure what type of paints I'll do. Oh, it's okay. I understand you have to sometimes. I hope everything's okay with you. Let's check it. I want to make certain she looks mischievous. Almost there. She's almost there. She's almost there. I have to make it symmetrical. What's the word? I'm saying it wrong, but I know what I'm saying. Symmetrical to the other side. Yeah, that will look good. I think that will look good. A little bushy, a little pushy down. Push, 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 push. That's good. Now we are going to aim it downward a little bit. Just a little down like this. Let's see. She looks mischievous now. She looks mischievous. And that's what I'm aiming for, is a mischievous, not an angry look, but a mischievous look. Let me check. Check. Almost there. One more area. One little small area. Oh, that's okay. I understand. I mean, you guys are having parades and all kinds of things. We don't have that here in Australia. Well, not in the area I'm living. We hardly ever have any parades. Not that I recall. Let's keep it regal looking. Let me check her. Much better. Check her again. Let's check this other side. I have a little bit of bushy eyebrows for some odd reason in the other one, so I have to make it kind of bushy. Just a little. I am so happy she's coming out. Ah, yes. Oh, stop it. It's in this little section right in here that's a little bushy. Yes, yes, yes. And this. Let's see. A little thinned out. You don't want to have too much bush. You want to have a little bit. Very, very, very minute. Yeah, I'm almost done now. I'm almost done with her. She was not that hard. All I have left is to add her wings, and she is done. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Now let's see. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Needs to have a little bit of an eye ridge. Other than that, you're done. You are 100% done. This makes me get rid of the little markings I did on you. Just a little. Markings. She turned out beautiful. Look at her. Now I have to re-glue that, but oh my word, look at her. Oh, what the? Are you telling me you can't stay in place where I put you? Be over there. No, you are going to hold. Same with you. Just a smidge. And look at that tail. Look at that tail. Look at her eyes. She doesn't look angry. She looks mischievous. Look at the eyes. She looks mischievous, a mischievous little girl. She is mischievous. After all, that's what they are called, mischievous. Look at those eyes. Oh my word. That was hard work, ladies and gentlemen. Hard work. But here we go. Here's the baby. Here she is. This is my, aim it right there. This is my fairy dragon, guys. The fairy dragon from head to toe. She looks really good. I still have to paint her, and I still have to put wings on her. But other than that, she's done. Woohoo! Anyways, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. Okay, and I will let you go. Audie, I want to invite you for just a second so I can show you something. I think you'll love to see it. If you want me to. I'm asking you permission first. But please comment, please subscribe, whatever you want to do. Just, I would love to hear your ideas on how I did on this fairy dragon. Believe me, she was hard. She was hard. She was hard to work with. But I will send you the link. Let me first find my. Okay, cool. So I will send you my, if I can find my, Murgles, I can't find it. Okay, anyways, many blessings and shalom. May you all have a wonderful holiday. Coming up, we start Hanukkah on the 25th of December. So we'll be celebrating Hanukkah. So the next thing I might do is make a menorah out of clay. Might. Not promising anything, but might. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed all the work I put into this little girl. And she's not done yet. I have to go put her through the firing line right now, aka in the oven, to cook for about 15 minutes. Get her out, and then I have to paint her after that. Fix her nail back on. And that's it. And put the wings on. Anyways, many blessings and shalom. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. If I can ever find my thing. Okay. And yep, second trial by fire. Bye, guys.